Next up here, we've got Colin Lovequist, 30 years. We're gonna hand it over to Barry here, do a quick cameo.
All right. I get the absolute privilege to talk about Colin Lovequist. So Colin, I want you to come up here. And while Colin's coming up, in number ones in one fashion, here's the top events in country music 30 years ago today. John Michael Montgomery had the number one song with I Swear, and Colin Lovequist polished up the brass, got the chicken wire on the windows, the sawdust on the dance floor, and for the first time opened the Lovequist Lounge on 980 CKRM. And the rest is history. So I want you to come over here, Colin, because this is an opportunity for me to interview you, and this never happened.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, first
we
thing
have to kiss first?
You know I love you, buddy. You know that. But maybe before I ask that, I'm sure that everybody would want me to say this. So on behalf of all the staff, past, present, probably the Hill family, I know the management, we'd like to wish you and congratulate you on 30 fantastic years. So take me back 30 years.
Feels like 1 year. Feels like I've been here just a year.
Does it really?
Yeah, we move, we're busy, we're going, so there's no time to really reflect on age or how much you've accomplished or done, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but it looks a little different than feeling like 1 year.
I know. I told my dad 40 years ago, I got 30 at 620 CKRM, 30 at Harvard Media, but 40 years ago I told my dad, I said, Dad, I'm going to be gone. Give me 6 months, I'll be back. I'll be back on the farm. I just got to try this radio gig for a while, and here we are, 40 years, 30 with Harvard Media, and we had that father-son talk, and it worked out, and the best thing he said was, just remember, nothing lasts forever. So I got into radio. Left the farm.
Well, I know your dad is really proud of you because I've been out in your hometown on location many times, and he'd come and all his friends would come. Last night we had another country cookout, and this happens time and time and time again, but people truly love this man. He's got a huge heart. But I just want to ask you a couple questions while everybody's watching here. So how do you feel today?
I feel like I've been, it's sort of to see where you've been, to where you've gone, and to where you are now, just really privileged to get this ride. Yeah, and just to watch the technology change from the tubes in the transmitter to reels, going from analog to digital, and I'm very excited to see what the next 2 to 5 years holds for me, for technology and just the people. You would not believe the people, and it's all about the people. It's the people you surround yourself with. I've always said that. You're only as good as those you work with, and crazy.
Well, Colin, I'm going to ask you lots of other questions later because I want to pick your brain. But I want to ask one other thing because people will want to hear a story from you. So tell me who your favorite country artist of all time is.
George Jones.
And did you meet him? I think
I've
you
met
did.
George 3 times. Once he was really drunk, and that's the George I wanted to meet. And then I met him 2 times after that, and he was a little more subdued and quiet. But the first time was memorable. We were out at 93 Country Big Valley Jamboree.
Yep.
The Center of the Arts were controlling the backstage area, and they said, "Who wants to interview George Jones?" I was the only one to put my hand up. So of course we had the big boom box, we had the big cassette player recorder, and carried that big brick cell phone around, and it's like 35 above. I'm at the picnic table, and it was like a dog compound because everything was caged off. George comes through the compound, and it's just me sitting there. I get up, shake his hand, and he's drunk. Like, George is drunk. Sits down at the table. We talk for about 20 minutes, and he, Doolittle Duck, his alternate personality, did not come out that day because he had been to the psych ward, and he had a lot of problems. But we're doing this interview, and all of a sudden, the girl from the Center of the Arts brought out a guitar, a bunch of posters, some LPs, set them on the picnic table. George Jones gets up and goes, "What the is this bullshit? I don't have time for this crap." And he swiped the entire picnic table. The guitar's bouncing on the ground, and he's just belligerent. And he gets up, He said, "F this." He got onto his tour bus, and he stayed there right till the end of the show. Got off the stage, went back onto the bus. I thought, that's the George Jones I wanted to meet.
You can retire right there.
That's the one.
Well, if you ever have the privilege to just sit and visit with Colin, take advantage of that. He's a special guy. So personally, Colin, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I love you a lot. I'm so privileged to walk this walk with you, and we'll have some chats and get a little emotional later. So anything else you want to share before we move on?
Just thank everybody that was a part of the journey. It's the ride.
That's all good, man.
Woo!
Love you, Colin!